Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash of the Garage, where badge hype gets tossed in the glove box, spec sheet worship gets left at the dealership, and what we're left with is raw, unfiltered, seat of the pants driving truth. If you're new here, buckle up, and if you're a regular, you already know what time it is. So we're taking BMW's latest ultra-luxe beast out for a proper thrashing. Yep, it's finally here. The 2026 BMW X8. Exterior. Now, let's not sugarcoat it. The X8 is BMW's most controversial SUV since, well, the X6. It's big, bold, and makes zero apologies. This isn't your dad's Beamer. It's not even your older cousin's X7. This is something different, something meaner, and BMW wants you to think of it not as a bloated family hauler, but as a flagship performance coupe-SUV. Think XM with a touch more maturity and a little less interface aggression. Standing in front of it, you're immediately struck by its sheer presence. The kidney grille is massive here, but this time it feels more integrated, not slapped on like some earlier experiments. It's got that backlit effect like the 7 Series and XM, and while it still divides opinion, you can't deny it sets a tone. The new laser-cut LED headlights are slim, almost squinting at you like they're trying to decide whether you're worth their attention. And the hood, it's sculpted with those clean power domes that shout yes, there's something serious under here. Walk around to the side and it's clear this is where BMW leaned into its coupe narrative. The roofline dips faster than a crypto stock, and while some may say it eats into headroom, the silhouette is undeniably dramatic. The wheel arches are swollen, housing standard 22-inch forged alloys or optional 23s if you're feeling brave. And there's this new shoulder linear sharp, confident. It stretches the length of the car like a flexed muscle. Door handles sit flush now, and the frameless doors give it a subtle concept car vibe that actually made it to production. Now the rear, that's where opinions will split faster than BMW forums on a Tuesday night. The tailgate is angular, with a wide light bar that stretches the entire width. BMW's gone for those 3D sculpted LED tails again, and love it or hate it, they catch the light in a way that makes this thing look like a stealth fighter. No fake vents here, everything's functional or purposefully sculpted. And those quad exhausts, real, loud, necessary. Interior slide inside, and the X8 does something a little unexpected. Where you might brace for more XM-like spaceship vibes, it's actually more grounded, refined, less disco, more penthouse suite. The wraparound ambient lighting is customizable down to the color temperature. There's leather everywhere, but not just any leather. BMW's introduced a new sustainable alternative that feels like traditional merino, but it's recycled, dyed with organic pigments, and somehow still smells like money. The curved display up front is the same floating setup we've seen in the i7 and X7 facelift iDrive 9. Crystal clear, with a more intuitive touch interface that doesn't totally kill off physical controls. The steering wheel is now a hexagonal design. Feels weird at first, but once you're on a twisty road, it just a broken bar clicks. Front seats are ventilated, heated, and offer massage functions that don't feel like you're being punched by a toddler. The rear is just as plush, and here's the kicker: you can spec it as a 4-seater executive lounge setup, complete with reclining rear thrones, touch-screen controls, and pop-out footrests. It's an SUV that cosplays as a Maybach when it wants to. Okay, time to talk about what really matters. How does it drive? The 2026 X8 offers 2 major powertrains: a mild hybrid straight-six in the xDrive 50 and a plug-in hybrid V8 in the M70e. The xDrive 50 gets the latest 3.0 liters inline-six with 48 volts assist, putting out around 400 horsepower and 450 pounds-feet of torque. But let's be honest, you're here for the M70e. That's the monster. A 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 paired with an electric motor for a combined output of 738 horsepower and 738 pounds-feet. That's not a typo. This thing hauls 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds, in a 6,000 plus pound SUV. The future is absurd, and I'm here for it. Performance. What's more impressive is how composed it feels. BMW's adaptive air suspension works overtime to hide the weight, The rear wheel steering makes it feel smaller than it is, and the torque vectoring through the X-Drive system is just magic. You push it into a corner expecting resistance, and instead, it grips and pulls like it's daring you to go faster. It's not as wild as the XM red label, but it's more refined, more grown-up, more car flash approved. Daily driving, surprisingly chill. The hybrid setup lets you cruise in EV mode for about 40 miles, perfect for grocery runs or creeping silently through suburban neighborhoods while your neighbors try to figure out whether it's an i7 on stilts. The reg braking is smooth, throttle response is immediate, and the idea even on 23's SOP is buttery if you stick to comfort mode. BMW's tech game is also strong here. Highway Assistant now handles full hands-free driving up to 85 miles per hour on supported roads, and, unlike some systems, it actually works consistently. The heads-up display is massive, showing nav, speed, and even our directions. And the optional Bowers-Wilkins Diamond audio system, it turns this cabin into a private concert hall. No Leah, I sat in a parking lot just listening to music for 20 minutes after shutting the engine off. So what's all this going to cost you? The base X-Drive 50 kicks off around $95,000, but if you want the M70E with all the trimmings, a rear lounge, upgraded wheels, diamond audio, and the executive package, you're looking at a price tag north of $140,000. Yeah, it's steep, but that's the territory the X8 plays in now. It's not just the sportier cousin of the X7, it's the flagship, a rolling statement that says I could have bought anything but I wanted this. Now here's the thing. The 2026 X8 isn't for everyone. It's big, it's bold, it's expensive, and it doesn't care what you think. But if you want an SUV that drives like a Grand Tourer, pampers like a private jet, and turns heads like a concept car, the X8 just might be your answer. So, final thoughts from the car flash pit. BMW didn't just build a luxury SUV, they built a luxury event. The X8 feels like a culmination of everything they've been experimenting with over the past decade, from design risks to hybrid powertrains, and this time, it all finally clicks. Not perfect, but powerful. Not subtle, but confident. And definitely not boring. If you're feeling the X8 or think it's trying too hard, drop your thoughts in the comments. You know we read everything, especially the spicy ones. Hit that like button if you felt the ride. Subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to smash that bell so you never miss a drop from Car Flash. Till next time, stay fast, stay curious, and keep driving like you mean it.